Hello, welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. My name is Ima, reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. Good day, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Niger Watch family all over the globe. How are you doing? It's a beautiful Friday morning. Yes, cheers to the weekend, guys. Cheers to the weekend. Welcome to the broadcast. Welcome to Newspaper Review, guys. You're just coming in. Please do what to like this broadcast, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. Please do well to like this broadcast, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. I Osagbavo, how you doing? Beautiful morning to you. Thank you for being here. Beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening to each and every one of you out there. Thank you for being here, guys. Please do well to do the needful by liking this broadcast, sharing, turning on your notification bell, and subscribing to our YouTube channel and supporting us. Yes, please do also support us when you come into the studio. To my panelists, hi, beautiful morning to you, and thank you for being here. In the comment section, the link has been posted. I would love to hear from each and every one of you. We've got quite some interesting bits today. So come in, guys, let's talk about it. Come in, let's talk about it. Hi, James Morgan. How you doing, James Morgan? Thank you very much. Thank you and welcome to the broadcast. Chimao B, beautiful morning to you, Doc. How you doing? Thank you for being thank you for being here. I need to hear you call out that name. Just the way you've typed it, I need to hear you call it out. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Thank you for your kind words, for being with me all through this week for our broadcast. I say big thank you. I do not take your time. I do not take your presence. Neither do I take your submissions for granted. Thank you very much. Thank you for being interested in the affairs of the country. Yes, it's about time we take back our country. It's about time we take back the government. It's about time we get very, very invested in the affairs of our country. So, guys, come into the studio. Let's talk about what is happening with the newspaper review. Thank you for being here. In a couple of minutes, we would begin. But now is about a good time to let someone know that we have begun. Yes, let someone know that newspaper review is up and running right now. A big shout out to everyone that I have not seen lately. You know yourself, I don't want to have to call out names again. Oh, Mr. Pansat HD, I think I saw you yesterday, or I read from you yesterday. This is good to read from you. Yes, I read from you yesterday. This is good to read from you. I hope you're well, Mr. Pansat. Brother Nice, it's been a minute. I've not seen you. I hope you are well. I hope all is well with you. All right, guys, thank you so very much for being here. Hello, Mr. Chubuzo. How you doing? Good morning to you and welcome to this broadcast.
How are you doing this morning, Hema?
Okay, please share the joke. I'm interested.
Yeah, what was the topic? Because I just came in now. I didn't even notice what is happening.
No, I know you just came in, but you were laughing, and I said, okay, share the joke. Let's all laugh together.
Okay. No. My brother was talking to me here. So I was telling him we are talking about politics. Let me engage into politics. So before I get you in, So that is
Okay,
what we were discussing here anyway. So how are you
okay.
doing?
I'm fine, thank you. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday morning over here. How are you? And where are you? Where are you dialing in from? I'd like to know.
We are. I'm broadcasting from South Africa.
Okay, and how is South Africa?
Yeah, it's great. It's very good. You need to come here once in a while just to have experience, so that when we are arguing like this, you can be able to understand why our country fell.
Okay,
You need to just come,
okay.
just have a visit.
Okay, we'll look into that. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for the advice. All right, Mr. Chibuzo, welcome to the broadcast. Please do well to put your
All
mic
right.
on mute, and I'll come back to you at the appropriate time.
Okay.
Thank you. Let
Thank.
go. Beautiful morning to you, sir. Welcome to today's broadcast. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Ava. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. I'm excited. Thank you. Chest to life, Mr. Let Go. Chest to life.
Yeah, as the last speaker said, Mr. Chibuza, yeah, when you travel, you will see how beautiful the world is, and you will shed tears the situation of our country. And that is why everybody is working hard for us to have our country back. We work so hard to be in this program, especially now. In my time right now, this is 5:06 a.m. Early, very early in the morning. So you can see how hard it is for us to join the program sometimes, and sometimes we have a difficult schedules that we still have to squeeze ourselves to make contributions, to let Nigerians know that we all have to come together to have a Nigerian dreams that we want. So let everybody come together. It's possible. Thank you.
Right. All right, Mr. Lego. Thank you. Thank you for taking out time. Thank you. Thank you for taking out time. Thank you. Our efforts will not be in vain. By God's grace, our efforts will not be in vain. Thank you, and I welcome you to the broadcast. I welcome each and every one of you. Mary Kimade, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Favor Faith, beautiful morning to you too. Beautiful Favor, thank you for being here. I truly do appreciate your kind words. Yes, your compliments, your kind words, your submissions, the bashing, the critics. I appreciate it all, and I take it all. Thank you for being here this beautiful morning. Chima Obi, thank you for your donation. Thank you so very much, guys. Please take out time to support us by clicking on the dollar sign in the comment section to the right. Please do well to support us. Your support goes a long way to giving seamless broadcasts. Thank you so very much, Chima Obi. Thank you so very much. Guys, please do also like this broadcast, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. Please, thank you very much. Mr. Rita, thank you for being here, Mr. Rita. Udoka Joy, beautiful morning to you. Thank you for being here. All right. Mommy Diaspora, beautiful mama. Okay, you, good afternoon. Good afternoon, beautiful mama. Thank you for being here. If you're just coming, please do well to like this broadcast, share, invite, and also come into the comment section and use the dollar sign to the right to support us. Thank you very much. All right, shall we begin? Our first paper for the day is The Punch. And here we have 20.52% inflation. Economic crisis, job losses worsen, food prices soar. NACCIMA worries over rising prices, says companies face tougher times. Inflation spike will throw more Nigerians into poverty, says LCCI. ICPC uncovers 400 billion naira fraud in 2021 and 2022 budgets. Nigeria, Morocco begin 5,600 kilometer gas pipeline project. FG suspends third airline as aviation crisis persists. Makinde Udom lead Atiku's 326-member campaign team. Vote president who won't compromise, Jonathan advises the youth. Buhari rewards Amusa, Brume, others with honors at 200 million naira. And that's the picture story we have there. And here we have students block Ife Ibadan Road, ASUU list pending demands. Lagos impounds 4,594 okada, convicts 1,490 offenders. Appointment of Supreme Court justices faulty, says SANS. Let's start with the economic crisis story. Nigeria's inflation rate has reached 20%. That's over 20%. 20% mark in August 2022, reflecting the rising cost of living crisis. Let's leave this news. Let me give you this news as someone who deals with merchandise in Nigeria. This simply says that there's a spike in everything in Nigeria, in everything. From the I don't know what we even use as the list right now. From from water, from pure water to, I don't know what else to use, but from the least to the most expensive, everything, there's an hike on everything. And it's not just the hike. You're buying, literally, this is what it is right here or on ground. You're buying something for this amount. You're buying this XYZ product for, say, 5,000 naira today. Tomorrow you're buying it for, say, 6,500. Okay. You think I'm exaggerating, right? But that's what is happening. And now, it's worrisome because these scholars are bringing heads together to see, how this can be better. Since August, it keeps rising and rising. This is September, and there are more, and they're saying that the chances of it even, stabilizing or coming down in this year is almost impossible. And they say that tougher times, and I mean, all of this are happening, and the naira doesn't even still have as much value. So it's just getting harder and harder right there. Udoka Joy Aloze, thank you very much. I see you right there. Thank you so very much. All right, we have the federal government has suspended ASMAN. Yes, they suspended Aero the other time, they suspended Dana, and now they suspended ASMAN for the ASMA's, okay, according to Nuhu, ASMA's must sign the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, to negotiate its debt remittance. Now, this crisis, that's why the paper says that companies are facing tougher times because, their taxes, their dues, everything, and everybody is just falling short. And this is affecting people, affecting their jobs, affecting other sorts of incomes. I mean, if people don't have money, how do they patronize or purchase from these people? Let's not use the percent, I don't know if to say large percent, but this number of Lagosians or of Nigerians who are living flamboyantly, to ignore that there are the other ones who are suffering from, who are really, really feeling the effects of this spike. All right, and then we have this story that as okay, it's in another paper. I'll take it when we get to the other paper. And good news for Nigeria, and that is if the funds that is gotten from this deal will be used rightly. The deal between Nigeria and Morocco, they've signed it. It's a signed deal, so Nigeria will be supplying not just to Morocco, but to other African countries, about 6 to 7 African countries. Forgive me. You have like Mauritania, you have, forgive me. I don't have all of this out here, but more than 7 countries, Mauritania. I'll get that story for you guys. I'll get it, but it's a good deal. It's a good deal, and it's good that it has been seen. It has been in the pipeline for some time now, but it's good that it has been sealed. While Makinde Udo leading the Atiku's 326 member campaign team. The campaign is we are around the time where campaign is the campaign period, so everybody's putting their house in order. But I don't know who are compromised, who this 326 members compromised of. Does he have weakest people in this, or he has used people? Because we know that there is a huge divide. Or are they going to just forgo, is the weekend not important? Are they going to forgo whatever is happening in the house and just move on to campaigning? All right, then. Here we have appointment of, okay, since the ban, and after the death of the engineer David Umar, yes, David Umar, that was his name. After he had this fracas with the bike men, and that's brought about the ban on okada riders in Lagos. 1st of September, the ban got even severe as there are no bikes operating on the roads or on the streets of Lagos. And this report says that Lagos has impounded 4,694 okadas and has convicted 1,490 offenders so far. And guys, the way that this things happened, the one I witnessed, how this bike guy was on the express, that was around Saleh Expressway. The guy was on the express, and I thought he robbed or something, but they were chasing him. But I just wish they would go about it in a way that doesn't look like they're trying to kill somebody, right? I hope the NPF will do something about it. But, well, I don't know if this is too late because, I mean, there are no bikes out there anymore. And here we have the students are not relenting. They even went further to block the Ibadan road. And ASUU has come out to tell the federal government, see, taking us to court and enforcing lecturers to resume is not the way to go about it at all. They can resume now. They can resume now, but they will not teach. You need to do the needful. They want other things put in place, like the UTAS, like the IPPIS. They want everything to be put in place. They want the tests to be conducted openly for people to see, for everybody to. I think at the end of the day, ASUU just wants transparency, right? They want transparency in their dealings. And these things that they are asking to put in place will checkmate a whole lot of things. Will checkmate funds coming in, funds going out, will checkmate everything. So that way, we don't wake up one morning and say one AGF took all those money. I mean, we need transparency. We need transparency. And what other story do we have here? We have no other story here. That's all the story on. But oh yes, the ex-president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has advised the youths to say, vote for someone that will not compromise. Vote for someone that will not compromise. And I hope that we are going to hear those words twice. Godsent, how you doing? Good afternoon. Thank you for being on this broadcast and welcome. Let's move on to the next paper, and that would be, let's see what we have here. That would be the Daily Sun. All right, APC PDP LP fight as rating poll places Obi ahead of Atiku Tinubu. It's dubious, say ruling opposition parties. Sowore elects credible leaders, Jonathan charges Nigerians. Buhari appoints Ndomo interim administrator, amnesty program. More hardship for Nigerians as inflation rises to 20.52%. We will arrest, cage terrorists, bandits, kidnapping, sponsors before elections, and that is from DSS. My people, are we saying amen to that? Or yes, they can do it? FG disbands NatForce, charges security agencies to sustain onslaught against terrorists. Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline project will create wealth, says NNPCL boss. Buhari announces 200 million naira cash gift, national honors for Commonwealth Games team Nigerian members. As we know, they are in town. And on Friday, they made a visit, or they were hosted at the State House in Abuja. NSIA, 3 states medical centers seal $100 million healthcare expansion deal. Uzodinma, Fayemi, Makinde, Okowa, Kalu, others mourn as Ondo governor loses mom. Condolences to the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu. His mom passed on at the age of 90. I think that's worthy of celebration. So I don't know, cheers to life, yes, cheers to life. 2023, keeping Ayume cost PDP victory, and that's Bode George warns. So this poll was carried out by a foundation of Peterside, Atedo Peterside, and even Ngozi Iweala, Okonjo Iweala. This their foundation carried out a poll asking, and a poll can be conducted by just about anybody. So I don't know why these people are crying foul. Well, they carried out a poll, a survey on Twitter asking if the elections were to hold today, who would emerge the winner? And Peter Obi was ahead came up first with 21%, while you have PDP and APC at 13%, and Shetima. Yes, oh yes, there's Shetima. Yes, there's Shetima. Shetima came fourth of course, in the race. But there's APC and PDP have reacted to it. They are saying it is dubious That why would they do a thing like that? But come on, it's just a poll, and anybody can conduct a poll, and a poll is not harmful. It's just to get the views of the people. So with this poll, I'm sure they've gone back to the drawing board to re-strategize. And this poll was just to say that, see, right now, Nigerians, this is what Nigerians want. Let's see if the national poll, the INEX poll will read something else come that day. All right, thank you for being here. We are just joining. Welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. My name is Ima, and I welcome you here. L.LED, it's good to have you here. Gossen, good to have you here. Mommy Diaspora, good to have you here. To my amazing panelists, good to have you here, guys. Please do well to show us some love by clicking on the $ to the right in the comment section. You could either send a super sticker or a super chat, but do well to support us today. Thank you very much. We'll move to the last paper for the day, and that's Daily Trust. Let's see what we have on Daily Trust. Inflation surge ravaging economies across Africa as Nigeria rises to 17-year high. Ghana, Malawi, Rwanda struggle with local currencies. Complementary policies needed to boost food production, experts. Presidency, Tinubu, Atiku kick as Obi leads NOI polls. Dozens killed as ISWAP Boko Haram terrorists clash in BORNO. Oh dear. So even when these terrorists fight each other, the citizens still get to suffer for it. When they're at peace with each other, the citizens still get to suffer for it. Now, wow. Mr. Let Go, you need to connect your camera and your mic. I don't know, but you need to do that for me to be able to add you to the screen. So please fix that, as I would love to have you on here. Mr. Let Go, that's the problem. So yes, please connect your mic and your cam and try back again. I'll be waiting for you. Nigeria confers citizenship on 286 foreigners. Did you guys hear right? Nigeria confers citizenship on 286 foreigners. Okay. FG to establish youth banks. ICPC uncovers 400 billion naira budget. Oh yes. Pardon. 50 billion naira ghost workers' salaries. Buhari rewards athletes with national honors and 200 million naira. So is it not amazing to know that there are people who want to be identified as Nigerians? Is it not amazing to know that 286 foreigners just been conferred as Nigerians? Really, that's amazing. That's really amazing. And it's also kind of worrisome. They want to be Nigerians. Okay, what do we say to that? And then let's also take the story on ICPC is an independent body. Just a minute, let me get that story for you. Mr. Larry, welcome to the broadcast, and Mr. Letgo, welcome back to the broadcast. Let's take this story briefly. Let's quickly take the story on the 400 billion naira that was uncovered by ICPC. Please, I beckon on you to listen attentively, please. This information is for each and every one of us. Thank you. 100 billion naira dubiously inserted. 50 billion naira manipulated as salaries for ghost workers. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, on Thursday disclosed that the 13.59 trillion naira 2021 budget was padded by the various ministries, departments, and agencies with duplicated projects worth 300 billion naira. The chairman of the Anti-Graft Agency, Professor Bolaji, during an interface with the Senate Committee on Finance, also disclosed that project duplication worth 100 billion naira were also inserted into the 17.12 trillion naira 2022 budget by some MDAs, including a 49.9 billion naira tracked as salaries for ghost workers between January and June this year. He further explained that the 300 billion naira duplicated projects, that is project that that was already, or that is already in the budget. They had to put it again to make it look like it's another project. All right. Duplicated project in the 2021 budget and 100 billion naira in the 2022 budget were tracked through scrutinization carried out on approved projects for the various MDAs. The ICPC boss stated 300 billion naira would have been wasted by the federal government on duplicated projects inserted into the 2021 budget, and the 100 billion naira for the same purpose in the current fiscal year, if not tracked and intercepted by the ICPC. The same preemptive move saved the country from spending 49.9 billion naira for salaries of ghost workers put on fictitious payrolls by the fraudulent MDAs between January and June this year. Well, they have not released the names of these MDAs, these departments, that are involved in this act, but they promise to send in the names, and justice, would prevail, and justice will prevail, so they say. Now, this is very, very worrisome. Mr. Chubuzo, welcome to the broadcast again. Please unmute your mic.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay. Good morning to everybody listening, the viewers and the commentators. Let me start with the Okada ban. It's a very shameful thing that Nigeria is still driving Okada in this modern age of life. We cannot be able to build our road network properly. I was listening to Jagaban himself, how he built Lagos. Not only Jagaban, all the governors in Nigeria, including the federal government. You cannot use any road to connect to the other because we don't have access road. What we have is only one-way road. And that is where Okada comes in, because Okada can be able to manipulate those roads. If we build our road network properly, we won't be having Okada. We will flush Okada through proper system. And now, if you ban this Okada, it's like when you stop your child not to go to school, then you tell him to stay at home. He will terrorize you. Don't forget that. He will terrorize you, whether you like it or not. As far as that child is not doing anything, you are doomed. Everything you keep in the house, he will sell it. So now, banning Okada without proper solution for transportation, that will create a lot of trouble in Nigeria. And where that is number one, then let me go to price hike.
And also, you forgot to mention the people who are out of job due to this ban.
No, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. Price hike, because we don't have a price control in Nigeria, that is a disarray system. We don't have price control. Everybody do things the way they want. Nobody to monitor all this transaction. And that is what makes the economy of the country collapse, because everybody does whatever he wants to do because that is a part of the economy. So if we don't monitor all these things, we will be having all these crises all the time. Then lecturers. These lecturers, government need to pay these people very well. Government need to pay them because they are the ones that put the government in power. Both the doctors, the president himself, governors themselves, everybody that is in a higher institution today, pass this through lecturers. Teachers, I'm not only lecturers, I'm talking about teachers in general, because those are priority. Without the teachers, we wouldn't be wherever we are today. So we need to take that as a priority. We need to pay these people efficiently and let them teach us properly. And if we don't do that, the crisis will remain as we are complaining about it. Then I go to bandits. These bandits, government need to digitalize the country. And we see, I keep on mentioning this, digitalize. It's a new thing to Nigeria. Nigeria don't know what is called digitalization. If we don't digitalize Nigeria, forget it. There's nothing. Any person who said that he's going to fight bandits is wasting his time. Because if they employ you as a security officer, you must know the people you are going to guide. If you don't know them, those people they will collect you and kill you. So these bandits, they can come from Chad, they can come from Niger, they can be one of us in Nigeria. Because we don't know them, that is why they can operate in Nigeria very successfully without no shaking, you know. So, and we don't want to do anything about digitalization. Then number 5 is ghost workers. You know, I mentioned these ghost workers last time. Ghost workers are flourishing in Nigeria because no identity card. Because if you don't have a system that eradicate all this kind of backward system, what you will see is what you are complaining, ghost workers, because you don't know who you pay salary to. Somebody, maybe Hope Uzodinma, for instance, can come and submit to the federal government that in Imo State, he have maybe 1,000 workers. Meanwhile, what he have in Imo State is only 30 workers. And all those money go to his private account and whatever account that he wants to put the money into. So if we don't digitalize Nigeria, ghost workers, nobody will come and tell you that I will eradicate what they call it, ghost workers. It's not going to happen because we don't have a system that can take them out. Because if we have that system, we won't have ghost workers in the first place. There will be nothing like ghost workers because you have your proper identification. You have a proper identification. You have address. You have your bank account. You are alive because some of these ghost workers are not alive. They need to check them properly. They are not alive. These ghost workers we are talking about, most of them are not alive. They are dead long time, or they are still receiving salary in Nigeria. So, because we don't have identity card that eliminate the deceased, so that is why you are having a ghost workers. It's very important, and I will keep on. This will be my prayer point. You see this program. My prayer point in this program is identification. We must identify and eradicate those that belong to Nigeria and those that don't belong to Nigeria. Any person that wants to be a Nigerian is not a crime. It's okay. But we need to identify people, digitalize Nigeria so that we will be strong. If we don't do this, we will keep on having this problem. That's my take for now. Go to another person in case.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chibuzo. Mr. Let Go.
Yeah, Miss Emma, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I will take the word of the last speaker that we must identify those who are Nigerians before we can move forward. It's very, very important. So I will first of all thank Niger Watch for creating this platform. I don't know this platform. I don't even involve in politics. I don't even vote. I don't know. But this time around, somebody shared this Niger Watch and I listened to it. I watched it a few days. I said, okay, let me try this. And since then, I have been coming in here, even when it's so hard for me. So I thank Niger Watch and I thank him for how he stands on his integrity of this platform. I thank him on how he doesn't look who subscribe, who came into the platform, whatever you are coming with, he stand on that truth. And I thank him again for identifying when somebody is misleading Nigerians through his platform. God will continue to supply him and his workers with all the necessary power, resources to keep on telling us and helping us to talk to our people. Thank you so much. I will go to this inflection. I will give you an example. This year in America, they have inflection, right? They are a gas, okay, in Nigeria we call it fuel. A liter of fuel in America was costing about $5. Their citizens raised alarm. Things were going on. The government, what did the government do? The government came out and said, okay, we are going to do this. First of all, you know what they did? They removed the tax in buying of fuel. So whenever you buy fuel, you are not going to pay tax that is involved in that particular liter. So people were going to buy gas without paying tax. After that, the president invoked his presidential power, invoked the law, and cut down the price of gas from $5 today to $3 something cent, and it keep going down, it keep going down, it keep going down. They keep fighting, they keep dialoguing, they keep putting money in their system, in the, in everything. That is how economy that want their people to survive do. But in Nigeria today, after NBA conference, P2B said it all. These figures now, P2B said it. Since then till now, what has the government do? The government did nothing. If you buy a bag of cement on 4,000 today, by 6 o'clock, it's gonna be 4,500. And they don't know the impact it is in our people. This year and next year, it will be difficult for Nigerians in diaspora, so many, to come home, because to buy a ticket to travel to Nigeria, going and coming, you are spending about 6 to 7 million naira. A lot of people don't have that money. A lot of people don't have that kind of job that you can pay them that money. So they don't know what they are doing. And that is why we are shouting, we are trying to keep them out of power. So the inflation will continue because the government is not ready to do anything. They have advised them, they have told them what to do, but they choose to live in lies. So the inflation will continue. Look at the way things are. There is nobody to regulate the price of goods and services. There is no organization. There is no task force in any way, in any place. So I don't know how it's going to be solved. As P2B said, if I'm your boss, I'm not stealing. How can you steal? Niger Watch has rejected, if may be possible, some brand envelope for him to be lying, for him to be allowing all these people that to come and sell, deceive Nigerians. If he had rejected all these brand envelope and stand on his integrity, and whoever that mess up, he kick him or her out. He's not lying. So before you come to his platform, you know you are coming to educate us. That is what P2B said. That is what P2B has done. And that is what this platform is doing. So if our government are not lying, look at the budget you just said, that they sneak in how many billions of naira. What is the job of EFCC? What is the job of all those anti-graft agencies? Are they not investigating? But because we live in lies, they have their own brand envelope. They are benefiting. Look at our oil. You will loot and move our tons of millions of barrels of oil out of Nigerian shore without the military, without the Air Force knowing about it. How is it possible? It is not. So we are where we are today because from previous government to this government, things became worse. They have been living in lies. They have been stealing. All the people that have been on top have still. So the people that walk around them use that opportunity to embezzle us and use every one of us to borrow money. That is the situation of our country. Until we get it right by voting them out, as the signs are showing on the wall, Look at the pool that they told them that P2B is leading. They went into panic attack. APC, PDP, they're in a panic mode. Some of them are pissing and shitting in their pants because of this small news that they heard. And now they are going to re-strategizing. So it is clear if election hold any moment, anytime until next year, if it's credible, Pete Obi will win. There is no two ways about it. Nigerians knows right now people who are in power who lies to them. So that is where we are today. So I encourage everybody, no matter what we do, if we do not kick these people out of power, we will live another day. I will rest for now. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Let Go. Thank you for your submission. If you're just joining us, welcome to Newspaper Review. I am Ima and your lovely host. Good to be here. Welcome to the studio. But please do also like the broadcast. Please do also like the broadcast, share, invite someone on to the broadcast, guys. Also, this is a plea to support us by clicking on the $ to the right in the comment section. Please do so. Thank you very much. All right, Mr. Larry. Hi, Mr. Larry. How are you doing? Good to have you on this broadcast.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for allowing me on. I came on because naturally I was upset by the news of inflation and how it's going to affect Nigeria. And I was listening to what you were reading. I'd also been doing some research, and I found out the reasons they were giving for the increase in inflation is down to what happened with the COVID pandemic and the lockdown. Then they mentioned persistent security issues in Nigeria's food producing regions. Then they mentioned high diesel costs and the currency weakness and how that's contributing to inflation. And I found some of it quite sad and confusing because I remember back in 2020 when Zainab Ahmed, the finance minister for Nigeria, and she went to the IMF and she got a loan for Nigeria, which was about $3.4 billion to help with the whole COVID lockdown thing. That's a lot of money, which has to be paid back because, as we know, the IMF doesn't give money for free. So Nigeria is going to have to pay, $3.4 billion with interest. And goodness knows how that's going to affect the economy. But I thought the whole point of taking that money would have helped Nigeria, and so it wouldn't be contributing to the inflation problem. Well, yeah, we still have to pay that off to the IMF. Then we have this situation with the security issues, and I understand they're still looking into trying to solve that. It's not an easy problem to solve, and that's also contributing to why we have this inflation because of the security issues. The thing which got me quite confused for a bit was the mention of high diesel costs when I was looking into it, and I thought, high diesel costs, because as we all know, Nigeria produces oil, crude oil and stuff. So why high diesel costs? And then I realized that we, as a Nigerian country, we import the oil, we import the diesel. And I found out that we were importing oil from places as far as Russia with the diesel. And of course, the war between Russia and Ukraine is causing a problem. So the costs are going up. So it's a shame that we have to import diesel. Why are we importing so much fuel and diesel? Well, apparently it's because of our national grid system for electricity. It doesn't work too well. And I remember back in March when the national grid went down twice, I think within 48 hours. So a lot of Nigerians are not getting supplied with the electricity. So a lot of Nigerians are then having to use fuel to help them to do what they need to do. And it's a shame because we're a petroleum producing country, but unfortunately we're having to import it. So the costs for this import of diesel is contributing to us having to having our inflation increase even more. So I guess some of the solutions would be, it would be good if we not only produced our petrol, but we refined it and we distributed it amongst ourselves instead of having to import it And then the other thing is that national grid, the electricity would have to be sorted out, because in a nation that has close to 200 million Nigerians, you know, it's a shame that we still aren't able, the national grid still is not able to provide electricity to all those people, and they're forced to have to rely on fuel all the time, you know, petrol or diesel for generators and goodness knows what else. So if they, you know, if they sorted that out, the national grid, and provide electricity, then, you know, that would reduce our fuel costs, our diesel import costs, which in turn would help to reduce, you know, inflation. And it would help if we stop borrowing money from the IMF, because, you know, Zainab Ahmed from finance borrowing $3.4 billion, that's going to make things difficult for Nigeria, because we have to pay that debt. So we need to stop borrowing money from the IMF, and they need to fix, whoever comes into power, stop borrowing money from the IMF, fix the national grid so Nigerians, the whole country, can receive electricity and reduce our dependence on using diesel all the time. And it's time we start refining our own petrol. And all these things would contribute to, you know, reducing inflation. The security costs, I don't know how we're going to deal with the security issues. That's something between the DSS, which is the intelligence, and between the military to come up with a good plan. But the other things, I think we have a chance in being able to resolve them. I don't know if we'll go down that path, because I think a lot of us are fed up with the grid, the national grid, not providing the electricity. We shouldn't be importing fuel or diesel. That's contributing to our economic problems. So that is all I have to say.
All right, Mr. Larry, thank you. And thank you for taking our time to be here with us. And thank you for dropping that beat. And part of the problem that why there is inflation is lack of funds. And that's because CBN cannot even say no to the government. And this is a report by Punch. Mr. Chris George, good morning to you. Good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to the broadcast. How are you doing? Mr. Chris George, you need to unmute your mic. All right, Mr. Chris George is unavailable at the moment, so I will just come back to Mr. Chubuzo. Mr. Chubuzo.
Yeah. How are you once again?
Well, thank you, Mr. Chubuzo. And now, you know, let's looking at everything at the end of the day. There's no way that we'll talk about all of these things, right? And we would not, you know, still bring in the number one man in the country. And now there seems to be a problem in virtually all sectors in Nigeria currently, judging by judging by the news and everything that we have around us, there seems to be a problem. The expectations of Nigerians were already in a bad place, right, before the emergence of Buhari's government. And when he came with that chant, with the slogan, change, that's something that Nigerians truly, truly, truly wanted. And Nigerians trusted him. Now the president is saying, the ex-president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, is saying, vote for someone who will not compromise. And that was what Nigerians thought they were doing when they voted for Buhari. They felt, okay, this is a fierce person, unlike Jonathan, that is the soft one. This one is fierce. He's going to handle things squarely. He is going to, you know, smash this. And we have this. It's needless to ask what happened, what changed, why is the government now like this? But how do we do better going forward in these coming elections? What should people look out for?
Okay. It's so unfortunate that people do not know the history of Mr. President Buhari. 1983, when he took over office, they are the ones that caused Nigeria this pain they are facing today. Because I want you to revise the history. Go back in 1983, 1984, before he was overthrown, I think 1980, somewhere there. These are the people who bound importation. They bound importation, and that is a critical area of economic development. They bound exportation. The only thing Nigeria export is their own benefit, which is oil, and some of the other products, such like cocoa and the rest of them. So because of the ban they give to Nigerians, even the farmers in Nigeria cannot be able to import their materials to produce. So they went bankrupt. Everybody just go home. So all the foreign companies in Nigeria left Nigeria. People lost jobs. If they come to your shop and they find out that there is a foreign merchandise inside your shop, they will auction it. They said made in Nigerian goods. It was a very good initiative, but then you did not put a mechanism to produce those merchandise that we are importing. And that thing led Nigeria into the system they are here today crying. So that is Buhari. Anyway, let me leave that one. Borrowing money from the IMF, you can be borrowing money from IMF. We have petrol that we don't refine. We have fineries that doesn't work. Just like Mr. P2B said, we have acres of land in the north and some other areas which we need to invest on agriculture, mechanize agriculture so that we can be able to export. Especially let us capitalize on Russia and Ukrainian war so that we can feed the other rest of the world because we have what it takes to produce. But Nigeria is not doing that. What the Senate are doing is to pass law to go and borrow. Go and borrow. You look at yourself. When you go yourself and borrow, what do you expect in return? You will run away from your house. If you not run away, you will pay that money or you will find alternative. Otherwise, you will hang up somewhere. So that is a very dangerous move. And we will not support them to be borrowing money. It's a very wrong idea, completely idea. Let them build our infrastructure. Infrastructure is not about building houses, building roads alone. There is what they call physical infrastructure. Then there is something they call social infrastructure. Physical infrastructure is building roads and building houses. Social infrastructure is what Nigeria needs, which is education. Because if we build social infrastructure, which ASUU and the rest of them are going strike today, your children can be able to benefit from those social infrastructure. And if we are not doing them, we are not going nowhere. We are doomed. These people will keep on borrowing money. Because how many months you remain now? Buhari will just give office.
You've not sure you've answered my question. What should Nigerians look out for in these candidates, the ones that we have? I mean, what should they look out for?
You mean the current president, the current candidate?
Yeah, the top three that we have, or all of the candidates, whoever they want to go for. What should we look out for?
No, I will give you instance. Atiku.
Please, you have 2 minutes. Please, you have 2 minutes.
Yeah, Atiku. I will give Atiku 10%. Atiku doesn't have the logistics. I will give Tinubu 15%. Tinubu don't have the logistics. P2B have the logistics. P2B will give you 60%. The logistic is there. Because when you have the logistics, then you can be able to, manipulate the system and build the country the way people want it. Look at his interviews, P2B, I'm telling you. Look at P2B interviews. Look at his logistics. Look at Atiku interview. Look at his logistics. Look at Tinubu. Look at the logistics. It doesn't have them. That's why you see the Jagaban of Lagos, the Jagaban of the North, and the tsunami from the South is going to swallow them. Because those guys, they don't have logistics. That's why you see young people today, they are crying for change, for good for Nigeria. Nigeria needs change. Nigeria needs somebody who can bring them forward. Thank you. That's all I can do. I take for now.
Thank you, Mr. Chibuzo. If you're just joining in, welcome to this broadcast. This is Newspaper Review, and I am Ima. Thank you for being here. Please do well to like this broadcast, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. Do well also to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on your notification bell. Guys, in the comment section to the right, you have the $sign. Today is a good day to support us by clicking on the $sign. You could send a super sticker, a super chat, guys. Nothing is too small and nothing is too big. Please, your support goes a long way. Thank you very, very much. All right, Mr. Let Go, please, in 2 minutes, what is that thing that Nigerians should look out for?
Thank you, Ima. Thank you for this opportunity again. To my fellow Nigerians and to myself, we are looking at a candidate who has been tested, who has been trusted, who did things the opposite and achieved success. We are looking at decency. We are looking at character. We are looking at identity. And the person, the only person that have these features is Peter Obi of Labour Party. I will give my reasons. Tinubu was a great man. He tried his best. He did well. He made money in Lagos, but he swallowed the money that he made. That is the one point where Tinubu is lacking. Tinubu, as a person, age is against him now. The nature is against him. So Nigeria don't need another president. We can use all our money to sponsor for his health. So the age is not on his side. He can barely walk. Tinubu cannot walk 1 kilometer, 2 poles without gasping for air, begging to breathe. And this is somebody that wants to rule a Nigeria that is porous. Tinubu make money, but he put different kind of tax force to tax the local people. Look at the Lagos State, that other political parties cannot put their banner, cannot put their billboard, is the law in Lagos State. So look at Atiku today. Atiku, what is Atiku saying against Obasanjo? Obasanjo has said it openly, thousands of times, secret and openly.
You have 1 minute, Mr. Let Go, please.
Okay, yeah. So Nigeria, please, for us to change our country, for the inflation to come down, for the killing, massacre, rape, kidnapping to stop in Nigeria, we have to follow a candidate who has an identity, a candidate who we can identify their parents, a candidate who we know who he is. And that person is Peter Obi. Tinubu cannot be identified. All the people that have been speaking for him, they lied on anytime you ask them questions. They don't know the solution, and they become angry and aggressive whenever somebody asks them questions about their principle. But we have a candidate, whenever they ask us question about Peter Obi, we can, wherever we are, even in our dream, tell you who Peter Obi is and what he. So go for this kind of candidate. He will help us. He will not loot our money. He will not change our destiny.
That's all I can take from you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, when I come to you, just hit it on the head already, please, so we move on. Thank you very much. Those in the comment section, I would like to hear from you. What should Nigerians look out for this time around? We had this hunger. We wanted a change so badly. That's why that mantra, change, stuck, and Nigerians just fell for it. And I am very sure that this is not the change that we hoped for or envisioned for. So what should we look out for this time around? Let's talk. Let's talk, please. In the comment section, I want to hear from you. To my panelists, thank you for being with me again today. Mr. Larry, Please, in 2 minutes, what should Nigerians look out for this time around?
Ima, I don't mean to sound pessimistic, because as far as I'm concerned, the politicians can say anything, but there is no guarantee that they will resolve the issues. So you could get a politician who will come up and tell you that he's going to deal with corruption, he's going to fix the national grid, he's going to start making sure that we build refineries, he's going to get rid of the security issues in the northeast or in the southeast. They can say anything, but I'm sorry, it doesn't guarantee that they'll actually do it. I'm sorry, I'm a child from the 80s. I lived under the dictatorships of Buhari and Babangida. I lived in an area where they were, I lived near Dodan Barracks. So I used to see armored vehicles every other day. I don't trust the way they manage the country. I don't trust the way the civilian president. So I'm sorry, I can't tell you what we should look for, because they can tell us anything. But from 30, 40 years of history, there's no guarantee that they will actually do what they say, whoever comes in power. I hope I'm wrong, I really do. And I hope whoever comes into presidency proves me wrong. But I've got 40 years of history on my side, which says every time someone comes into power, they don't fulfill what they promise. So I don't know. Sorry, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's why I'm not asking based on their manifesto or based on their promises, or that's why I'm asking. I mean, these are not people who are just coming out to take such position. There's timeline, there's trademark. They are coming from somewhere. There are antecedents. So if we look back and we see all these things that they have done so far, their journey, their political journey, humanitarian journey, personal journey so far to this point. In all of this, gathering this much information, what should we look out for? Mr. Vine Maxwell? No, sorry, Mr. Chris George. Oh, Mr. Chris George, it's good to have you back. Mr. Chris George, please.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Welcome to the broadcast, sir.
Thank you, panel member. What Nigeria should look at in this 2023 coming election is that, because we need credible candidates. A person can deliver what he say. A person that's well prepared to take the office. A person that's well standard, competent, integrity, honesty. A person that can select is well executive and dedicated member in his ministers. Understand? Because Nigeria have passed so many notorious things. So I am advising Nigerian citizens, let us not look at ethnicity or tribalism. This person from my territory, why should I vote this person? No. But let us look at who will deliver us from this catastrophic mess this APC government have left in Nigeria. So let us look at who will deliver us, because sometimes I look at Twitter, some person are commending APC and defending APC, like Festus Kemayo defending APC, defending a failure. If I may ask Nigeria to take a record, those that die in this APC government from 2015 to this 2022, many Nigerians have lost their life over insecurity issue. Those who die in hunger, those who die in unemployment. So, those who leave the country because of the bad government we have. So I want Nigerians to, who will deliver us from this? Because for my mind, APC is zero votes. Who will deliver us? And I want Nigerians, let us look at these candidates, Labour Party, let us test them. Let us test this man first. If he does well in first term, we vote him again. But after first term, he doesn't know that, we vote him out. So that's what my encouraging Nigerian. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Chris, and welcome to the broadcast again. Mr. Vine, please, in 2 minutes, tell us what Nigerians should look out for this time around. Because, we cannot be doing the same thing the same way every election year, and we expect a different result. So there has to be something that maybe small, maybe tiny picture that we are not looking at, you know. So I'm hoping that, you know, we find closure from you guys today. So please tell us the things that Nigeria should look out for in picking our next president.
Thank you so much, Emma. And I would like to write on the existing protocol. I don't think that Nigerians should not, they should not be, expecting so much from them, because the damages that I've done in that country would take more than 20-25 years to repair. What are you going to repair? Is it the debt? The debt, that is there. They have borrowed all along, channeled it in consumption instead of building social infrastructure, and physical infrastructure, and things that can pay back those. In fact, the next president that is going to come there will have an uphill task to fulfill to the aspiration and expectations of Nigerians. I don't believe in a one Nigeria. For me, that's my opinion since the time I came in here. But if you know that out of these three, one of them can at least deliver to you what you expect Nigeria to be, instead of running away from your country to different places in search of greener pastures and so on and so forth, then do it. Ghanaians will not come there to do it for you. Americans will not do it for you. Those people that are ravaging the country by proxy will even happy for Nigeria to be where it is. So it is your responsibility. I will not tell you vote P2B, vote Atiku, vote this. You know where my people say that he who wears the shoes knows where it pinches him or her. Do what is right for yourself. Nobody is coming to do it for you. And I hope that, I just also want to add this. I was in the military 18 years, 19 years. And within those period, I have never seen, in fact, for me, I would judge most of the civilian governments as even worse than the military regimes Nigeria has had, especially the ones, I witnessed. Nigerians are not better off today. There is no difference. There is no difference for Nigerians, the type of government you have now, called civilian government or democracy, than the military regimes. What are the tenets? Can you speak freely? Speak against the existing government and risk, being arrested. These are some of the things. If you knew if you know the one that is going out of these three, like I said before, pick one of them and see if the aspirations of Nigerians will be fulfilled. But for me, it is going to be a long walk in the park for Nigerians to benefit or even think of benefiting from the dividends of democracy. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, Mr. Van Maxwell, thank you. Albeit a long walk in the park, it would be rewarding at the end of the day if we do right. And I think my people and I are ready to take that walk. All right. If you're just coming in, welcome to this broadcast. Thank you for being here. Please do well to like this broadcast, share, invite someone onto the broadcast. Also, turn on your notification bell and subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. It's the weekend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the donations. Please, if you are yet to do something about it, please take out a minute to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right in the comment section. This is an appeal. Thank you very much. Okay. Mr. Tunaija. Hi, Mr. Tunaija. So talking about the donations talking about the dollar sign to the right in the comment section. Mr. Tunaija, good morning to you. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me. Good morning, Ima, and good morning to everyone on the panel and the viewers and in the chat. Yeah, the question you asked, I think, is a very good question, actually. What people should be looking out for in their leaders. And I truly sympathize with what L.LED said, because it seems hopeless, because 4 decades of, in short, more than 4 decades of similar stuff. But I think what one should be watching, what they say, when they are saying what they say, you should be watching for the ones that are encouraging transparency the most. In other words, they are taking power away from themselves. You should be watching out for the ones that are looking to strengthen the country the most. In other words, making the country freer to be able
So
to do
sorry to
things.
interrupt you, Mr. Tunaija. So they should listen, or they should, go back in time and see what they have done in respect of it to what they are saying that they are going to do. Like in the likes of Atiku coming out to say he's going to restore power and all of that. Are you saying that we should just take what Atiku is saying, or we should go back in time and see what he has done in that area, in the circle, in his community, not necessarily his village, but where he has influence, what he has done in that area? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. We do both. We do both. We do them all. As a matter of fact, we know full well that when human beings listen to people, they don't listen to exactly what they say. They listen to how they say it. They listen to their history. And if this in a con man comes and tells you they're going to build you a house, and somebody like Julius Berger comes say you're going to build a house, you are going to hear two different things. Because the con man, you will interpret the con man to have said something else than even if they said the same things. So yeah, we do all of them. You look at the way they are saying this stuff, how passionate they are about it, how their history suggests whether they are going to do what they say they are going to do. And those are the kind of things you listen to. First, you listen to the ones that want to strengthen the country's security and really, really take it seriously. You want to listen to the ones that want to make the system more transparent. In other words, taking power away from themselves too, so that the system can take care of itself. That is very, very important. And you want to look at the ones that also commit to what they are doing, in the sense that they bring the people they are promising these things into holding them accountable. I think PWB said something about, not about accountability. He talked about how he was contacting every school in his state when he was in government and stuff like that. How about a president, when he gets into office, if he promises the people and through the NLC and other organizations, they get access to him weekly or monthly for his accountability to the people. If he says that kind of stuff, that he's going to hold himself accountable and come, those type of things is what you want to be looking out for. Leaders that are open, that want people to come in and question their record constantly. Somebody that is open, that wants to take power away from the center. Those are people we want to listen to. And for me, the most important one, the one that wants to make them, they've completely capitulated on that. Because if you are not sovereign, you can't be able to decide for yourselves. Everything we decide is in favor of other people.
I'm sorry, you went mute. You said the most important one is
a leader that wants to strengthen the country, to make the country sovereign. In other words, free from other people's interests. It's our interest that should be coming number one. If you look at the way our leaders have run the country, it's not our interest that is coming number one. It's not even their own interest that is coming number one. Because if they truly want to be rich, Nigeria's refineries should be working. They will be making $48 billion like Saudi Arabia made just now. These people are serving other people. That is the problem we're having. They are not putting the country first. And until we have leaders, a country that is strong enough to feel comfortable, that our leaders will feel comfortable enough to say, you know what, we are going to decide for our own interests. We too want to be billionaires. We want our people to have good roads. We want our people to have good hospitals. When your leaders are willing to do that, you know that's the kind of leader you want to elect. And believe me, that leader will need our protection, because this thing, there's a lot of money involved in it. It's billions we are talking about, maybe even trillions in dollars involved. There's a lot of our resources that have been frittered away, stolen and sent into foreign banks. These leaders, I don't even know any of our leaders that is even attempting to touch that at all. That is so hot that they don't even try it in Nigeria. That is the problem we're having. But the one that want to strengthen your defenses, that is a start. And I hear Peter will be making noise about it. But you notice that when he says it, he doesn't say it too much. He just says it for a few seconds and shuts up his mouth. That tells you where their fear lies. He doesn't say it very much. He just says, you know what? There's nothing wrong with having 1 million soldiers. After all, Egypt had it. Boom, he shuts his mouth. But he will spend a long time telling you how the economy, how there is a lot of gold. because they don't want to touch the tiger's tail. This is why all of them march to London to go and account for themselves what they are going to do. Do you know that there is a program that the US this it has right now, where they go to our leaders and ask them, do you stand with Ukraine or do you stand with us? You know, or Russia. You know what they are doing? They want to change Nigeria's position as a country that doesn't support any of the, that doesn't take sides. They want us to be taking sides with them now. So in other words, we don't have a choice. Our leader will have to answer yes. Ghana's airport, one terminal, like you have international airport, Murtala terminal. One terminal is for US military right now. These people have got 29 military bases in Africa already. So this is why our leaders find it hard to talk about these things, because they know there are consequences. But if you hear any leader that is telling you that they want to do those type of things, I think you want to start listening to them. Because Al-Mustafa is the only one, in terms of openly, that's called this out. Al-Mustafa, the former I think aide to Abacha, he's the only one that has talked about these things. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tinubu. Thank you for being on here, and thank you for your submissions. I can see you people coming in, although late, but thank you for being here. Your presence is felt, is seen, and it's appreciated, guys. In the comment section, come, let's discuss. Say something. What should we look forward, Nigerians? What should we look forward in the forthcoming elections? What should we look forward in in our choice for president? What are those things that we want? Are we going to take the words of mouth, or we are going to go back in time and see what history is saying about them? All right. I have Mr. Charles. Hi, Mr. Charles. Thank you for being on this broadcast. How are you doing, Mr. Charles? All right.
Yeah, Mr. Emma, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you, Mr. Charles. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I've been listening, my dear. Just that Nigeria, honestly, we all are tired of Nigeria. I don't know what to contribute, but all I know that Nigerians, it's up to them. If they want to continue suffering, it's up to them. They have seen someone who is transparent, who has proved himself in various places, and based on his resume, he's not hiding it. He has made his resume open to Nigerians. If you want to call for his reference, they are there to give you report. It's up to you to do that. If you still want to be suffering, it's up to Nigerians. Thank you.
Right. Since you were here, just give your submission. We've come to the close of the broadcast. Okay, I'm saying a big shout out to everyone in the comment section that has been here with us. Tony South, thank you for being here. How you doing, Tony South? Thank you for being here. Mommy Diaspora, thank you for being here. James Morgan, thank you. Ebuka Collins, Ebuka, it's been a while since I last saw you. How you doing, Ebuka? It's good to have you on the broadcast today. Thank you for coming in. Thank you to Michael Okere. How you doing? Thank you, Michael Okere. Guys, please do also support us by clicking on the $ to the right in the comment section, please. Thank you very much. It costs a lot to run this broadcast, guys. We need support. Thank you very much. The Progressives, NJ, happy weekend to you too. Thank you so very much for your show of love. Thank you very much. Here I have Udoka Joy Alozie, my beautiful sister. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the donation. God bless you. Thank you. Naomi Bella, this is a special shout out to you. I hope you're fine. And June Obaseki, a special shout out to you too. L.LED, thank you for being here. Godson, thank you for being here. I truly do appreciate all of you and your time and your donations and your contributions. Chima Obi, thank you so very much, my brother. Thank you. Faith, Kes, how you doing? Thank you for being here, and thank you for your compliments. Thank you. Mr. Rita Okwese, thank you very much. Sam Mary Kimade and Favor Faith, thank you so very much. Thank you to each and every one of you. I cannot say, oh yes, Johnson Emmanuel, how are you doing? It's been a minute. I hope you're well. A special shout out to you. Thank you. Brother Nice, all of you, special shout out to you. Thank you. Now, this is from Michael Okere. It says, regardless of what we look for, but unfortunately, the system cannot be trusted. All right. And then Owuka says we should send people to do investigation to every candidate that is fighting for position. I think there's an infamous blog on Instagram and other social media platforms that is already on this. Even want this gist on it's this series is called Know Your Candidates. I think that's what the series is called online. You could check it out if you want. But these are gossips. These are, I don't know how verified they are. But yeah, there's already something like that. So you just search the internet and you'll see. Thank you, each and every one of you, my panelists. I see you, Mr. Van. I'm coming to you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you every day, every time. Thank you for your comments, your submissions, your donations. Thank you for your witty, very, very witty submissions. Thank you so very much. Mr. Chibuzo, you've got just 10 seconds to say something to Nigerians. We've come to the close of today's broadcast.
Let me just highlight a little bit on the insecurity, just 30 seconds. In insecurity, this PDP and APC have something to campaign for. PDP invented insecurity. They invented Boko Haram, actually. Then APC...
Really?
They invented it. Then APC assembled it. Now we are looking. Now we are looking for a solution. So the solution we have now is P2B. We need to give P2B try. Then, as Joraman said, in 4 years' time, if we don't eradicate all these criminals, then we vote him out. We look for another alternative. Thank you. That's all I can confirm.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Mr. Let Go, please.
Yeah, Emma, thank you. Somebody put in a chat that Obi can't afford to expose everything now until he gets into the, I believe, into the office. That is right. That is the right statement because, you know, Obi is an outsider coming in. APC, PDP has been there. We have tried Yaradua, Buhari, Obasanjo. We have tried all these people. There is no solution. And now we want to go a different way. We have tried the Northerners. Northerners did not lead us. They deceive us. We have tried the Northerners. They deceive us. We have tried the South, the Southwest. They deceive us up to today. So now we have a different body, a different candidate, totally out of this, out of the race. This guy is an external. So, and this guy has been tested. This guy has been tested in all corners. What other people lie for, this guy doesn't lie about it. This guy doesn't lie about himself. This guy doesn't lie about his achievement. This guy doesn't brag about anything, and he has done it. So we don't have anybody to come here and advertise to us or to deceive us again. We have it in our hand to change Nigeria. But as I said, INEC is the problem. If INEC can be credible, if we can hold INEC accountable, and INEC do the right thing, I'm seeing a new Nigeria 2023. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that, Mr. Lego. Mr. Chris George, please.
All right, every Nigerian, for them to know the candidate that can hold credibility, because we have passed through a lot. Nigeria have passed through a lot. So, these three candidates now, I want Nigeria to look their track record because one candidate among them are not even honored the interview from Arise TV or Channel TVC. One of them. And this day people want to rule Nigeria. They keep on being absentee. Every organization hosts Nigeria, the person will be absentee. So I wonder what will tell us. And I wonder too, what APC in campaign for coming election? Are they going to campaign for insecurity, hunger, atrocities? What APC is going to campaign? So what am I advising Nigeria? Let us test Labour Party and let us see their capability, see their models of operandum to Nigerian people, if they can be able to deliver us. Since 60 years now, Nigeria didn't test total electricity uninterrupted. 247, but you have candidates from various different parties. So let us test Labour Party. No good road in Nigeria, no water supply, no good education. Sometimes when I would drag about with foreigner, that was what is good about Nigerian. We just use our celebrity, say good thing about Nigerian. So I want Nigerian to let us test Labour Party. That's one of my suggestion.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Chris George. Thank you for your submission. Mr. Van.
Thank you so much. I would like to use this opportunity to tell to Nigeria that there is no terminal in KIA, Kotoka International Airport, that is being designated for the United States Army. Okay, what they did March 23, 2021 was to fulfill the promise the Ghana, the United States Homeland Security and on what they called ATA, anti-terrorism assistance. These are gadgets to counter terrorism at the port, at the airport, the entry port. That was what they came in there and installed in fulfillment of the promise they made to Ghana. Now, Ghana has no designated terminal for the United States. When you are making this thing, you just remember that you have people that are here and people that have served in most of their capacities in the military here. I am telling you, my brother, there is no terminal in KIA that is designated to the United States military or defense organization. It was an equipment that was set in there. It was an equipment that was set in there in order to curb anti-terrorism, to curb terrorism. So this information that we are putting in here is not good.
I think you are wrong. One, when you say they give you equipment to curb terrorism, like they gave Nigerians this in equipment to stop us to detect.
No, what you said I'm countering is that a terminal in KIA is designated for it. I said no, that is not true.
Okay, look at this is on the Ghana website. It says U.S. military takes over Terminal 1, Aviation Minister reveals. And you are now telling me you are not a Ghanaian. This is on the Ghanaian website saying it. And secondly,
what did he say? What did he say?
This is a Ghanaian website that is this title that I just read just now.
What I am telling you now, what I'm telling you now, what I'm telling you now is anyway. So
it takes over Terminal 1. This thing, aviation minister reviews. You are willing. You see, this is the thing about our people. They are more willing to malign Fulanis, Northerners, and all the rest, but you are making excuses for foreigners that have enslaved your forefathers.
Look,
hold on, let me finish my point. That has a disproportionate amount.
I was making my point before you interrupted me, my brother. Okay, I was making my point before you interrupted me. I am telling you that with what I have here and what I have, I am just very close to the airport. If you like, you can fly in tomorrow. I will take you to that airport there. There is no terminal that is being controlled or designated. Do you know what is called AFRICOM? Have you read what is called AFRICOM that was established when I was in the service? That was cancelled?
Yeah. And a terrible thing.
You know what is what I'm telling you, there is no terminal, my brother. Forget about what you read there. What I'm telling you now is an upgraded version of our KIA regulations. My brother, don't make such comments. Nobody, if you cannot take care of.
Oh my God. I can't believe this guy. It's a Ghanaian minister that is saying it, not you. Are you a Ghanaian minister now?
Thank you for your submission. Thank you for correcting that information. But Nigeria got his information from the internet that he just read out. He did not put the message there. He didn't put the news there, and that's why it's very important, for us to always move around with verified news, especially the media houses, to avoid misinformations like this. Mr. Van Maxwell. That's I'm not sure that's entirely his fault. Please, thank you very much. Mr. Tunanja, please give your submission on the issue.
Yes. So let me just make a quick response to what he said. This is a Ghanaian minister saying it, and it has been there since 2020. If it was false, they would have brought it down by now. If that was a false statement that we're saying. So in Nigeria, they also said that they gave us equipment to detect radiation in case of nuclear technology in the country. All this is for them, not for us. If you invite a foreign military that is far more powerful than you into your country, you are inviting your colonizer. That's what you are inviting. And this is not a friendly visit. These are people that call our leaders into offices and make them swear allegiance to their block of power. So let's not pretend what is going on here. And these mistakes, our forefathers have made it. We've made it over and over again. And we see young men still making the same mistakes today again. So in terms of the question at hand, what we need to be looking for in the next dispensation, we need to set our standards very high. We have to demand that this nonsense that we are going through, we have to strengthen our militaries, strengthen our institutions, and encourage transparency. Every decision we make should go through the people. Like this decision that the Ghanaian president leader made just now, they didn't consult the people. They just went ahead and gave their country to foreigners. This is madness. How can our people be submitting this type of our countries to foreigners without the people having a say? Yet when we want to choose a minister or want to change one small law in the country, we have to check the constitution, check it before we can even get state police. But yet, when we want to cede territory to a foreign power, they don't consult anybody. This is madness. This type of standards, we have to set a higher standard for this type of stuff. This is why I keep saying we need to take power from the center. We need to ensure that they make our money visible to us. We need to see where our money is going to. We need to monitor all the oil pipelines everywhere they're taking oil from Nigeria. We need to monitor it. Nigerians need to be seeing it. The videos and the live feed needs to be sent to all police stations, whatever it needs to be. Everything has to be made transparent. We have to demand that as a requirement for getting anybody's vote. Transparency is one of the ways that we can take power from them. And when we take power from them, those people that want to control us, it will be harder for them to control us. Because now we are the people. They cannot bribe everybody, can they? They can bribe one leader, but they cannot bribe everybody. We have to take power from the center to the people, not to any region, to the people.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your submission. Yeah, and yes, on that note, I'll be ending this broadcast. We need to take power back from the government. Yes, we need to take power back from the government. We, the people, the power is in the hands of the people, and it's good that we now know that. I hope we are ready to do what it takes to get the power back. Of course, it will not come easy. Of course, it will not come easy. Of course, it will not come easy. So it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to take a whole lot from us. But we need to be willing because it's going to be a worthy one. This one sacrifice is going to be a worthy one if we do it just right. Mr. Chibuzo, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to make a small comment on the to Niger, what he said. You know, we discussed this matter last time about colonial power. And I told you that Africans are the one compromising. And if they compromise, how should you blame the colonial masters? I tell you that if you want to, let's say if you want to build our security, we need to build our own machines. We need to start now building machines that build machines. If you don't do that, you are nowhere to become a superpower. No time, every time we have a security challenge, we run to America, we run to Russia. And these are the people, tomorrow we will be challenging them. How do you challenge somebody who are superior more than you? So if you don't build your own machines, you are not going nowhere. So we don't blame the Americans because we compromise.
I am not blaming them. I'm just calling it out. If your house is burning and you say somebody is burning your house, it doesn't mean you are blaming them because you are supposed to be responsible for keeping your house safe. We are ultimately responsible. I agree with you on that one. We should be doing, that's why I'm saying we should be taking power from these people so that they cannot sell us away. Some of all these things, they make the decision, they don't consult anybody.
Yeah, but when it comes to military, you know, you need to compromise because military is not something you do alone. All over the world, even America, China, Russia, all of them compromise with their military technology and military sharing ideas. So, hello?
What do you mean compromise? You don't compromise when the other side is way more powerful than you. If you compromise with the power that is way more powerful than you,
what I'm saying is what I mean is they share technology. They share technology. Because if they don't share technology, they don't get along. And that is why they are more far away than we Africans, because Africans they don't even talk about technology. What African talk is about power. When you talk about technology, military, Africa is not interested. So they have to seek foreign aid for them to succeed in Africa. That is what I'm trying to say. We need to challenge those areas so that we can be able
We
to
don't
do things
see. Do you know that we don't need anybody? We really don't need anybody. When
we need
the
them. We
see,
need
let me
them.
let
No,
me
we
let you
need,
know this.
we,
Let me let you
we
know
need
this. Let
to,
me let you know this
wait,
now.
let me finish. We need intellectual exchange. We need
We
it. If
don't.
we don't need it, we need it.
You just think we
If they
do.
give, like as you are now, if they give you, do you know how to refine a petrol?
Yes.
You don't know. You don't know. Don't claim. Forget
Oh
about
my
that thing they're
God.
doing in the bush. Forget about that. And when I'm talking about modern machines, you cannot do those modern machines without the West assistance. So we
But
need
the
to
Nigerians
share
have all
ideas.
the expertise. If we secure our country, even fellow Nigerians that are overseas serving the machine that is crushing us will return home and rebuild. This is what other
If
countries
you
did.
if you have it, you don't own it. That it doesn't belong to you. If you have it, you don't own it. It does not belong to you. So those Nigerians out abroad, we don't. It's not
Yeah,
for
but
us
that's what I'm
because
saying.
they
That they
don't
should
own
return
them.
back and build our own. That's what I'm saying. They should return
That
back
is
and build our own. We have the intellectual capacity spread all
right.
over the
Yeah.
world.
Yes, that is if you have intelligent president who can coordinate all these things. Because if we don't have it, we are just blaming each other for nothing. So
See, first of all,
don't
you
blame.
want
Don't,
to stop calling them masters because I don't understand how a man can stand there and call other racial people masters.
yeah, you
It's
can call
wrong.
them masters. Yeah,
No,
because they
you
are more
can't.
superior than you.
They are
Wait, wait.
super,
They are
they are
superior.
military powers. Can you imagine a Chinese man calling European man masters? Come on.
Yeah, the Chinese
Oh
they
my
used to
God.
call them. Yeah, they used to call them. But when Chinese gain the power,
What would your
they
wife
don't.
think about you? You calling other men masters? Fellow
Yeah,
men
but
masters.
don't forget that a master must serve a master before he became a master. So it's
Oh
not
my God.
something.
You see, this
It's
is
not
our
something
slave
you need to
mentality
challenge.
talking here. How
No,
are we
I'm not
supposed to be
saying.
free when a man is sounding like this? This is the problem. You see, we have this inferiority complex. This world, God gave it to all of us. The same son that is beating you is the one that is beating them. How is it
Let
that
me give
you
you. Let
stand
me
here
ask
and
you one
call other
question.
people masters?
Let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question. Just be honest with me. Since the creation of Africa, tell me, Africa has been hunting with the arrow and the bows. Have they developed that thing to the next level? They're still using it up to today, isn't it? Have
No.
Africa developed any?
See,
Have
Africa
they
had a
developed? Have they
see, I
developed
agree
how
with
to
you.
hunt?
Yes, of course they developed. You know how backward
How did
Europeans
they
were?
develop?
See, let me tell you
No, how
something.
did they
Africa,
develop it?
let me answer you now.
Okay, okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
They ruled Europe for 800 years. The Moors came from Africa and ruled Europe for 800 years, and after that, ruled them south.
You are breaking. I can't hear you properly.
So I'm
You are breaking.
Europe too, just like they came to rule us. It doesn't mean we cannot innovate. We can innovate. It's not everywhere that innovates at the same time. Is to say that we are not developed. We have the Mali Empire, we have the Songhai Empire, we have the Ghana Empire, we have the Kush Kingdom. When England was being enslaved by the Romans, the Kush Kingdom was signing a peace deal with an African empire. Why do you think that is? Because we are strong enough, we're advanced to be able to take part in a first world conflict. But right now, for the last 500 years, we've never been that strong. We've never been
That's what
mature.
makes us weak. Yeah, that is why we are
Yeah,
weak.
but yeah, I
We are
agree,
weak.
but don't call them masters. If you call people
No,
masters, how
what
can
I'm
you see
saying,
yourself
no,
as
what I'm
being a
saying,
freed man?
no, no, what I'm saying is, for you to become that master you want to be, because now, right now we are no more masters. Will you need to serve a master
You
before you become
no,
a
no,
master?
no, no,
What
no.
I
You
want
don't
you
need to
to
serve
understand.
anybody. You only serve your own interests. How
All
can
right.
you outsource your survival to a foreign power? You
Mr.
serve
Tunai,
yourself.
all right, thank you, gentlemen. That's as far as we can take. Just turn on your notification bell by 6 p.m. today. Bring your questions, bring your submissions, bring your contributions on the debate. And do not forget that we have a guest who will be coming into the broadcast to talk about. Well, you already know what we'll be talking about. So come in early, come in quick, so you can join get a room up here in the studio. I'll take a few questions. take a few comments. Samuel Olaka says, "Hi, Samuel Olaka, how have you been? And where have you been?" All right, cheers to you, Samuel Olaka. It says we can develop ourselves, not to make someone master. Our leaders have made us this bad. All right. Tony South says stock is cheap, right? Two heads are equally is just from okay. Okay. Davis N says they are not masters. I beg. Okay. Obviously, Mr. Tunanja, this sits or there's an unsettling, when you hear the word master being used, and there are two perspectives here. Mr. Chubuzo is coming from the place of for you to be a master, you have to once be a servant, and I think that's what he's trying to
slave.
say.
No,
Yes.
see, this is what they see us as. When the people see you as slaves, what are you saying? What message are you sending to your children? Weakness. Jesus Christ, we can't keep doing this. These are grown men calling other men. You can procreate and have children on this face that God gave, on this face of the earth that God gave you, and you're calling other men masters. That's a slave race.
All right, Mr. Tunanja. All right, thank you. Mr. Chubus, I'm sorry, I cannot take any more from either of you gentlemen. So yes, we have to move on. But please remember the rest of our programs, our lineups, newspaper review Monday through to Saturday, 10 a.m. Nigerian time to 11 a.m. Nigerian time. And we have the chat twice in a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. We have the discussions Monday through to Thursday, every 5 p.m. Nigerian time with Kachi, and we have the debate 6 p.m. every Friday. Guys, turn on your notification bell. We bring premium content your way. I'll see you by 6 p.m. Let's meet by 6 p.m. again. But I'll see you tomorrow by 10 a.m. Nigerian time. Thank you to each and every one of you, to my amazing panelists. Guys, when things are discussed on here, I think it's best, when after the broadcast, you go and read on it, you get more knowledge on it, because we meet every day, right? So in the evening, there's a continuation, and you're better equipped with the story, better. So when someone gives a submission, you don't think either they know it too much and you just run with it. Make your own research. Go and learn on these things, and let's try not to take offense in other people's. Let's rather school them with love and with patience, or rather than feel offended or just dismiss it. Thank you for being here.
Catch it. Let me just make it just quick one. You see that language you mentioned? It said research. Where that language come from? Is it not from colonial masters? That is what I'm trying to.
Oh my God, this guy is going to drive me crazy if you keep using that term. You need to stop it. Grow up.
And you went to school, and who teach you? You need to learn for you to become a master.
See, your forefathers will be rolling in their graves. The blood that flows in your vein will boil you alive if you keep calling other people masters. You're a grown man. Your whole life is to defend your people, not to be calling other people's masters. Jesus Christ.
All right then, Mr. Tunanja, please take it easy, and I hope you get something to make you feel better.
Stop calling people masters. It's driving me mad.
Let's learn. I'm also going to go and educate myself on, what that term means and how it was used and what it does to us as a people. Apparently there's still triggers in people, and yeah, just like you can use the N word carelessly, we should, there is that word to. All right then. Thank you very much for being on here, Mr. Chubuzo. Please go and make research, and to every other person still using that word, please go and make
definition of masters. Yeah, it says a man who has people working for him, especially servants or slaves.
Okay.
That's what that man is referring to us as.
Okay, guys. Okay, I think even better. On Monday, if you come in early to the studio by 1 p.m. during the chat, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let me not use that word. I don't want Tunanja to explode on my broadcast. But we'll talk about this extensively on Monday. So, guys, come in people, because I see people in the comment section reacting to this, also saying, don't call them masters. They are not our masters. We can do better on our own. So let's come on Monday. We'll have this talk. Thank you to each and every one of you. Cheers to the weekend, and I hope you do something for fun. Take care. Bye.